Hey, what's up you guys? It's Desiree and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that I got at the end of 2014, so my end of 2014 book haul. So basically these are all of the books that I've gotten since my last book haul. I just thought I would show them to you because I don't know, it's that interesting. So the first book I have to show you is The One by Kiera Cass, and this is the third book in the Selection series, a young adult dystopian novel, dystopian romance, mostly romance. It was originally a trilogy. The Selection series was a trilogy, but Kiera Cass has announced that she's actually writing 2 more books in the series, but this is kind of like the last book in the original The Selection series, because the next 2 books that Kiera Cass will be coming out with will be following a different character. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before in my very first book haul video on this channel, which is the very first video we ever uploaded. And basically, if you don't know, the Selection is basically like The Bachelor, but royalty edition. And it follows one of the contestants in this contest called The Selection named America Singer, and the Prince Maxon is trying to find his wife because he's come of age and he has to look for a wife, and he has fallen in love with America Singer, but America's heart kind of lies elsewhere, and it just like follows her as she tries to come up with a decision of who to be with and where her heart lies. The next book that I got is Divergent, the collector's edition, because I have Allegiant 4 and Insurgent all in hardback and Insurgent in the collector's edition, so I just wanted this to match because I had Divergent as a paperback, but I wanted it as a hardback to match the rest of the series. And if you don't know, my sister and I went to a book signing recently, or back in October actually, so not that recent. We went to a book signing by Tahira Mafi and Veronica Roth, and that was really awesome, and I got Allegiant signed and Ignite Me, whatever the last book is in the Shadow Me series, I got that one signed, and my sister got my Divergent signed, so now it's hers since I've picked up this. I also picked up Beyond the Valley of Thorns, the second book in the Land of Elion series. This is a middle grade fantasy book, and I have the first one. I got it when I was like in grade 3 or something, and I just never read it, and then my sister went to a library book sale and she saw this, she picked it up for me because it's only like $1 or something, and so now I have the second book. And yes, this series I think is kind of like the adventures of this 12-year-old girl, Alexa Daly, and like each book is a different story, because at least in the first book that's how it felt like. She was like retelling the story to us, so I think that's probably the format of the rest of the books. It's basically like her adventures and how she saves her people, which is probably a really vague synopsis of the series, but that's what I gather. Next up, I got Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, which was ghostwritten by someone else, I don't know her name, but I liked it. It was a good book. It was a cute contemporary book, and I actually picked this up a few days before it was supposed to be actually released, because the bookstores in my city just like put it on the shelves early, and I don't think they realized that. So I just went there and I picked it up and I read it. Basically, like I said, this is a YA contemporary book about a girl named Penny who runs this blog called Girl Online, and she has anxiety and she gets panic disorders, and then she goes on this trip to New York with her parents because her parents have to work a job in New York, and then she meets this really cute guy named Noah, and then stuff happens, tears are shed, anxiety threatens to consume, laughs are shared. It was a cute book. I liked it. Whether it was ghostwritten or not, the story I just overall really liked and really enjoyed, and I would actually recommend this to anyone looking for a really cute contemporary. This one was kind of an impulse buy because I was really trying hard not to buy this book, but I just kept seeing it on sale for 40% off at my bookstore. I just had to get it on the 6th time. And that is the Bane Chronicles by Maureen Johnson, Cassandra Clare, and Sarah Reese Brennan. This is basically a collection of stories that just give you a little bit of insight into the long life of Magnus Bane and his life experiences and how he came to be the man that he is in the Mortal Instruments series and the Infernal Devices series. And I was eventually gonna pick this up anyways, as I love Magnus. Magnus is probably my favorite character in the Shadowhunter Chronicles, but I just wasn't planning on getting it so soon, but I did. But I'm putting off reading it so I can enjoy this later when I am missing my Shadowhunters. And then 1 week after getting the Bane Chronicles, I went back to the bookstore and I got this book that was in their bargain section on sale, because they put books in their bargain section if they have like too much of it in their store. And that is the Paladin Prophecy by Mark Frost. This is a YA fantasy novel. It's about a teenager who tries to live under the radar because he's actually really smart and really like physically capable of a lot of things. But then he slips up, gets some outrageous score on this national test, and then suddenly he's being followed by people and his parents are missing, and then he goes to this exclusive school that will train him to explore his mental and physical capabilities. Just sounds really cool, and I really am intrigued by like exclusive schools that teach you not school things, but they teach you like how to use powers or how to become something special and stuff like that. And I picked it up. It was only $6. Can't go wrong. The next 2 books are from Book Outlet's Black Friday sale, and one of them is Max Berry's Lexicon. I don't remember what genre this is, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And again, it has to do with that exclusive special school that teaches you things that are not normally taught in regular school. And in this one, there is a society called Poets, and poets are like the best graduates of the school, and the people who go to the school are taught to manipulate words and language, and so they're basically like really great persuaders. Is that a word? I don't know. And the second book that I got from the Book Outlet sale is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and again, I've heard really great things about this. And the second book, I think, is called The Mime Order. It's coming out this year. This takes place in 2059. The society called Scion has taken over a lot of major cities in the world, and this, I think, takes place in Scion, London, and there are these people in the world called clairvoyants or voyants, and the main character is a rare-voyant who is a dream walker, and basically she can just walk in people's dreams. And it's super illegal to be a voyant, so just being a voyant, I think you are committing treason. And since the main character is one of the rare voyants, she's like a very wanted criminal, I think. And then she's captured, and to regain her freedom, she has to like learn more about her captor and some other things. Not really sure. Again, I don't know too much about this, and I don't really want to know too much about it because it's already got me intrigued by having dreamwalkers. And the most recent and last book that I got in 2014 is The Rule of Thoughts by James Dashner, and I'm actually currently reading this. And this is the second book in the Mortality Doctrine series. James Dashner's kind of like new series after The Maze Runner, if you've heard about The Maze Runner but haven't heard about the Mortality Doctrine. This is another YA dystopian series by James Dashner. Basically, there is this, in this world, virtual reality is like huge, and lots of kids spend time in the virtual world. And now there is this cyber terrorist, the security for the virtual world, enlist the help of a teenager named Michael and to find this cyber terrorist. And yes, that's what happens in the first book. He goes on this crazy virtual adventure with two of his friends to go and find this cyber terrorist and stop him before he can do whatever the heck he's planning to do. And this is just the sequel to the first book, which I really enjoyed, and I'm actually very much enjoying this right now as well. So that is it for my end of 2014 book haul. Those are all the books that I got in the last 4 months, basically. Let me know if you've heard about any of these books, and just like let me know if you thought they were good or not, or if you haven't heard of any of these. Hopefully I have interested you, and yeah, I will see you guys next time in another video. Bye!